Okay, here's a look at the emini S&P for Friday, December the 16th, 2011. At emini Day Trader, we like to use the market profiles in our analysis of the market. So this is today's market profile. This is yesterday. So the one in the middle here is what occurred overnight. We had suggested that yesterday the market could have some lift, that the attempt to go lower hit our support right on the dot down here, closed here yesterday. And it did rally some 10 points. It attempted to extend that in the regular trading hours, which opened here and then had a bit of a rally. But it just couldn't hold above that 21 area, which was the next target up. Spent a little bit of time above that and then turned around and came back down. So it's really just regained its equilibrium here. Expect the market to give a good test of 1208, probably 1203. And if not, watch out if it starts to rally above 15 and then above 18, because then we're going to hit the 21 and then possibly up to the 29. So the volume's likely to be starting to drop off here starting next week. Although we do have a full week of trading next week, wouldn't be surprised at the volume because it's already started to drop off some. So got to kind of be careful of that when that volume starts to drop, and liquidity is just not there, and the market tends to be kind of sloppy as a result. We also use the market profiles from the regular trading hours only, and that's what you're looking at right here. As far as our trades were concerned today, here is our software, which of course is an add-on for NinjaTrader. You can see our first trade here was signaled as a long. You can see our entry here. The market did come down and hit it. We did not get filled here. We did get filled here, although this was more of an optional trade for our members who took it, because by that time the filter had turned to neutral. So it was more of an optional kind of thing at that point. It did have a nice bounce of almost 2 points on it, though, so it worked out nicely. The next trade you can see right here is a short trade. There's no dash line because we got filled on it right away right here. And so this actually turned out to be the first real trade, if you will, or fully meeting our criteria. Getting short in here, it had a really nice sell-off. You can see here it just continued, went sideways for a little bit, then started to have the nice sell-off. Now we did have a buy here, an indication by the auction to attempt higher, but as you can see, we're not going to take that trade down intraday auction and got a red intraday filter. So no trade there. We just held on to it. We did get stopped in this area, but we still had a 6-point gain on the final partial on that trade after it had moved some 8 points in our favor. So that was obviously turned out to be the best trade for the day. Worked out great. We did have another trade in here, as you can see. It was a short trade right here. We were filled on this immediately. It did drop. It hit, moved in our direction immediately, 5 ticks or a point and a quarter. So hit our first objective, but then it did turn higher. And we ended up by being stopped at a break even on that trade. And as you can see, the rest of the day was pretty well sideways after that, other than this little bounce here. Pretty well went sideways for the rest of the day. So that's why we're looking at 8 and 3 as likely targets to the downside. If it can hold above 14, then we're looking at 18 and then 21. Maybe even up to 29 if it really starts to get some life, if some new news comes into the market. So that's what we're going to be monitoring over the weekend and going into next, or not over the weekend, but it's what we're going to be monitoring on Sunday evening going into trade for next week. So that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to contact us, if you got any questions or comments, we can be reached at info@eminidaytrader.com. So thanks a lot again, and we'll see you on Monday.